We're looking at a tool that honestly could change how you organize pretty much everything digital. It's called Notion.
Yeah, imagine having like one single spot for all your notes, your tasks, complex project plans, the works. That's what Notion aims to be.
And we're aiming to show you how to actually start using it, making that promise, well, real for you.
Exactly. Especially if you're someone who loves learning and organizing, but maybe feels a bit overwhelmed by all the info out there. Notion's got a really interesting approach.
It's not just notes, is it? It's this whole flexible workspace idea.
Right. It adapts to you. And our mission today is basically to break down the core concepts so you can get up and running with Notion, for 2025 and beyond.
Think of this as your starter guide, because let's be honest, it can look a bit intimidating when you first open it up.
It really can seem that way. But the cool thing is, underneath all that flexibility, it's built on some pretty simple ideas. We'll break those down.
Okay, let's do that. So the foundation, you mentioned the workspace. What does that actually mean?
Think of the workspace as your main digital hub. Your headquarters, maybe. It's where everything lives.
Okay.
But unlike, say, just folders on your computer, the real power here is how everything inside that workspace can connect together.
And getting around this headquarters, how do you navigate?
That's mainly the sidebar. Usually it's over on the left side. It gives you quick access to, everything, different sections, pages, those databases we'll talk about.
Right. Okay. Now, this word blocks kept coming up everywhere when we looked into this.
Yeah.
Why are blocks such a big deal in Notion?
Blocks. They are absolutely central to Notion's flexibility. Seriously, everything you put in Notion is a block.
Everything. Like text, images.
Yep. Text paragraphs, images, bullet points, checklists, even entire pages nested inside other pages. Each one is its own block.
Okay, so it's like digital Lego.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, it's modular. Each piece is self-contained, but you can combine them, rearrange them super easily.
So you can just grab a block and move it somewhere else.
Exactly. Drag it on the page, change your layout in seconds, even move blocks between totally different pages. It's incredibly fluid.
Cool. Okay, so within this block system, there seem to be two main types of building blocks: pages and databases. Let's start with pages. What are they like?
Pages are basically your blank canvases. You can just start typing, add text, drop in images, embed videos, or links to websites. You can even put in nicely formatted code blocks if you're doing technical stuff.
So really flexible for just gathering different kinds of info together.
Definitely. And then you have databases. They're a bit different.
How so? More structured.
Exactly. Databases bring structure. Think about organizing, say, a list of YouTube videos you want to watch. A database lets you see that same information as a neat table, or maybe visually on a calendar, or even as like a gallery of thumbnails.
So the same data, just viewed in different ways, like a really adaptable spreadsheet.
That's a good comparison. A super-powered, adaptable spreadsheet. And crucially, databases are also blocks.
Oh, right. So you can put a database inside a regular page.
You got it. Or a database can be its own main page listed in your sidebar, maybe for a big collection like a CRM or a project tracker.
Okay, concepts are making sense. Now, for someone listening totally new to this, how do they actually, get started, download it?
Yep. First step is just go to notion.so in your web browser. You can download the free app from there. It works on Mac, Windows, mobile, or you can even just use it directly in the browser.
And installing it is pretty simple.
Yeah, it's standard stuff. Download the installer, run it, follow the prompts.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward, like installing most apps.
Okay, installed. What about logging in?
Right, you'll need an account. You sign up with your email address. Notion sends you a verification link or code back to your email.
Standard sign-up flow?
Exactly. You click the link, it'll probably open in your browser to authenticate you.
And there was something about allowing the website to open the Notion app.
Yeah. That prompt just lets the browser smoothly hand things off to the installed Notion application once you're logged in. It just makes the initial setup a bit smoother. Clicking allow is usually the way to go.
Makes sense. Then it asks about how you plan to use it, like for personal use.
Right. If you're mainly using it for yourself, notes, tasks, learning, then choosing for personal use is the simplest path forward.
It also lets you pick what you want to use it for, like projects or notes. Does that lock you in?
Not at all. It's just a helper. If you tick boxes like to-do list or project planning, Notion will kindly pre-populate your private space with a few basic templates for those things.
Oh, like a little starter kit.
Exactly. Gives you something to look at, but you can totally ignore them, delete them, customize them later, no commitment.
So you're finally in. What does that initial workspace actually look like?
Typically, you'll see that sidebar on the left. There'll be a private section, and inside that will be any of those starter template pages it created for you. The big area on the right shows whichever page you've currently selected.
And if those starter templates aren't quite right, can you get more?
Oh, absolutely. Notion has a huge template gallery. There's a templates button right there in the sidebar. You can browse tons of pre-built pages and setups made by Notion and the community, and add any you like to your workspace with just a click.
Okay, so that sidebar isn't just my pages then. It's got other stuff too.
Definitely. It's your control center. There's a powerful search bar up top, super useful later. There's Notion AI, which adds artificial intelligence features, though maybe that's for another day.
Right.
You've got Home, which is kind of a dashboard for recent stuff. Inbox for notifications if you collaborate. Settings for customizing appearance, plans, etc. And importantly, Trash. You can recover deleted pages from there for 30 days, plus help sections.
Okay, quite a lot packed into that sidebar. Let's get practical, though. Starting simple, maybe building a basic to-do list. That seems like a good first step.
Totally agree. It's a great way to learn the fundamentals. And a quick tip, you can actually hide that sidebar using the little arrow toggle at the top left. Gives you more screen space to focus on the page itself.
Good tip. So how do we make a new empty page for this list?
In the sidebar, just find the Add a Page button. It usually looks like a plus sign. Click that Boom, New Blank Page.
And for our example list, we wanted sections for today, tomorrow, and a trash area for finished items. How do we set that up on the blank page?
Easiest way is just to start typing. Type today, hit enter. That creates your first block. Type tomorrow, hit enter again for the next block. Then maybe trash for the third. We'll format them in a sec.
And you mentioned giving pages titles and icons, little emojis and things.
Yeah, it really helps. Give the page a clear title at the top, like My To-Do List. Then you can click to add an icon, and emoji is easiest. It makes the page instantly recognizable in your sidebar later. Much faster navigation.
Okay, title, icon, basic text blocks. But to make it a functional to-do list, we need those checkboxes, right? How do we format the text? You mentioned the slash command.
Yes, the slash command is your best friend in Notion. On any new line, just type a /by. A menu pops right up showing all the different block types you can insert.
Everything from headings to to-do items.
Exactly. You can scroll through or just start typing, like to-do, and it'll filter the list. Select to-do list, hit enter, and you've got a checkbox ready for your task. You can also highlight existing text and use the menu that appears to turn it into a to-do block.
Neat. Are there keyboard shortcuts too, for people who like those?
Oh yeah, Notion has loads. For making a main heading, heading 1, it's usually Ctrl plus Shift plus 1 on Windows, or CMD plus Option plus 1 on Mac. And for a quick to-do list item, it's Ctrl plus Shift plus 4 on Windows, or CMD plus Option plus 4 on Mac.
Okay, Ctrl plus Shift plus 4, got it.
Learning a few key ones definitely speeds things up.
And the third method was Markdown. What's that about?
Markdown is like a shorthand for formatting as you type. You use special symbols. For example, starting a line with hashtag followed by a space makes it a heading 1. Hashtag tag space makes heading 2.
Oh, okay.
For bold text, you put double asterisks around it. Single asterisks for italics. And for our to-do list, you can just type square brackets followed by a space at the start of a line, and it instantly becomes a to-do checkbox block.
So 3 ways to get those checkboxes. Slash command, keyboard shortcut, or markdown cake.
Yep. Choose whichever feels fastest for you. So you use one of those methods to create the actual list items under your today and tomorrow headings.
Right. Now that trash area, the idea was to move completed tasks there. So that'd be a separate page.
Yeah, making it a separate page works really well. Just create another new page, maybe use the slash command page, this time call it trash, maybe give it a little trash can emoji icon.
Okay, so now I have my main list page and a separate trash page. How do I move a finished task from, say, today into the trash page?
Super easy. You just click and hold on the little 6-dot icon that appears to the left of your completed to-do block.
The block handle.
Exactly. And you literally drag that block over to your sidebar and drop it right onto the trash page listing. Done. Task moved.
Oh, wow. Okay. Drag and drop between pages. And navigating between my list page and the trash page. How do I jump back and forth?
Notion usually shows breadcrumbs at the very top left of your page, showing you where you are, like workspace to-do list. You can click on parts of that path. Or just use the back and forward arrows like in a web browser, usually near the top left too.
Simple enough. One last thing from the tutorial. they move that trash page right to the top of the sidebar list. Can you reorder things there?
Absolutely. The sidebar is fully customizable. Just click and drag the trash page or any page or database in the sidebar list and move it wherever you want it. Top, bottom, nested under another page. Total control.
Okay, so even just with these basics, pages, blocks, simple formatting, drag and drop, you could build a pretty decent functional to-do system quite quickly.
Definitely. And doing that teaches you the core mechanics. Creating content with blocks, formatting it, organizing pages. It's the foundation for building much more complex things later for all your learning and organizing.
Right. So just to quickly recap then, we talked about the main Notion workspace, using the sidebar to navigate, the fundamental idea of everything being a block.
And the two main types. Flexible pages for varied content and structured databases for organized data with different views.
Then we covered getting started downloading, logging in, the initial setup choices.
Exploring templates for ideas and understanding the other bits in the sidebar like search and settings.
And finally, we walked through actually building that simple to-do list using a page, headings, and creating those checklist items using the / command, shortcuts, or Markdown.
Yeah, and moving completed items to a separate trash page. Those first steps really unlock the potential. From here, you can start exploring and tailoring Notion to exactly what you need.
So the challenge for you, the listener, is really just to jump in, download it, try creating a page, maybe replicate that to-do list, or start organizing something simple.
Yeah, experiment and start thinking, how could centralizing things in a system like this, one you can customize yourself, change how you work or learn, what parts of your life could really use this kind of organization?
It's a powerful thought. Okay, this has been our deep dive into getting started with Notion.
This is Le Podcast de Philippe.
And hey, if you found this useful, please help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers.